Have you ever wondered how we organize the jobs on board a vessel? It's a special software that I will tell you all about it in this vlog. Maybe you will come on board anytime soon, or maybe you are just curious. So stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome to another vlog about the Seaman's life. In today's episode I will take you on board with me in the engine room. For those that are here for the first time, I am an electrical officer working on the commercial fleet. Bulk carriers, tankers, cargo ships, container ships, things like that. As an electrician I work all over the vessel. Here you can see me at the radar, you will see me in the engine room, on the bridge, on the cranes, on the IG if we are talking about tanks, and so on. I am all over the place. Whenever there is no emergency, the jobs on board are organized by a special software. It depends on the company, which one they want to buy. It's a subscription-based software. It is very expensive, but is very effective. The one that we use in this company is called Amos. And at the end of this prologue, at the end of this small discussion that I want to have with you at the beginning, I will give you a tutorial about the software. Like I said, in this company we use Amos, but I have been on vessels and companies that are using MESPAS or PMS. It depends on the company what budget they allocate for this kind of software, but in principle they all do the same thing. It's just that the interface is a little bit different. So if you are coming on board as a cadet, most likely they will teach you, they will give you a short tutorial about this. If you are on the deck department, most likely the third officer will teach you about this software, and if you are in engine room, most likely the third engineer or the second engineer will teach you about this software. You have to pay close attention because most of the time, from what I have noticed in my 15 years at sea, the paperwork job is piled on the cadets. And this is like paperwork, because we as engineers, we have to take care of the real problems. We have to fix this, fix that, go for provisions or have cargo operation. Some engineers have duty, watchkeeping, they have to rest. And the paperwork, which is the Amos, is piled on the cadets. If you are a cadet, you will have to pay close attention to the instruction that is done to you when you come on board. The captain and the chief engineer will give you a user and a password. But as a cadet, you don't have any jobs and you will not use this program with your own name. Most likely, you will be given the username of the second engineer in engine room, and if you are on the deck department, you will receive the username of the chief officer. And whatever jobs are done in engine room, like you are seeing now, then you will have to make a report. And this report is done in the software that I'm telling you. And in that software, you have to write the spare parts that have been used, how many pieces you have used, how many you have left in the inventory on board. You have to order new spares, and how long you estimate that the spares that you already have can last, so they know how fast they need to send you the spares. So my advice to you, if you are a cadet, is to pay close attention when they are giving you this instruction, and if you don't understand something, ask when they will give you the instruction, because If you are further away in your contract, maybe after 1 month, and you have to do a requisition for second engineer, let's say in engine department, because I work in engine department, and you have to do a requisition for second engineer or third engineer, and he's giving you the serial number and the part number of that piece of equipment that you need to order, and you are missing, or you put some number wrong, and instead of $12 the piece of equipment that you are ordering is $120, then you will receive a lot of questions from the company. Why you are ordering this? We have inventory, and we know that you already have this on board. Then the chief engineer will ask you questions, then the captain will ask you another question, and so on, and people will get angry and you will get screamed at for nothing. So it is very important to pay close attention to this software. But as a skilled and trained engineer, after a while, after you gain the necessary experience while at sea, you will not use this software too much. I mean, only for detailing the job that you have done already. But me, as an electrician, I have been already, like I said, for 15 years at sea. Whenever I'm coming in engine room, I already know what I have to do. We start the job at 8 o'clock if there is no emergency or any cargo operation. And before 8 o'clock, I usually go in engine room at 7:30. And I do my rounds. I check the motors, I check the temperatures in the meat room, I check the aircon, and so on. After a while, you have enough experience and you already know what to do, and nobody has to tell you like you are a trainee, you know. But I understand when you are a trainee, a cadet, you have to learn. And I only check this program whenever I'm changing the company. Like I said before, some companies prefer another software, but the principle is the same on all of them. And you just have to check the specific for that vessel. For example, if I am on a chemical tanker, of course I have nothing to do with cargo cranes. Or if I am on a bulk carrier, I have nothing to do with IG system or N2 system. And those are things that you have to keep in mind whenever you are changing the company and whenever you are changing the type of vessel. In principle, all things, all equipments are the same on all the vessels. It only depends on the specifications of the vessel. If there is a container vessel, then you have reefers. You have to take care of those. As an electrician, I speak. If you are on a chemical tanker, you have to take care of the IG system. So you already understand what I mean. And if you are a rating and you will be coming on board anytime soon, or you are already a rating now and you have been at sea many years, you don't even know what I'm talking about, because this software is only for officers. And if there is any job, the second engineer or the chief officer will give you this job. You don't have to log in this software, you don't have to do nothing. And of course they will take care of the description and the part number of the equipment that needs to be ordered and the requisitions and everything like that. You just have to do your job and that's it. But for the officers, being an officer, that means you have higher salary than a rating, and for higher salary you have more responsibility, and that means paperwork. We are not so blessed, so to speak, to have a cadet or a trainee on all the vessels. So that means we have to use our own time as engineers to make all these jobs in the software that I'm talking about, which in my case is Amos. So you can imagine we have a lot of jobs and we are not enough crew. 23 people is not enough crew, believe me when I'm telling you this, but we have to manage somehow to fix the necessary equipment, to do cargo operation, to have rest hours, and to use this software and make the necessary requisition and description of the jobs that we have done for the company. And in this software you can also attach photos. Most companies are asking proof of your job. not only a description of what you have done on board. They want proof that you have already replaced a bearing or some spare part for necessary equipment that needs some maintenance. And in this software you can attach photos, but on this particular vessel the chief engineer did not want us to attach the photos in the software, because he said that the software is loading slower if you are attaching too many photos, because on board, as you can imagine, we have a lot of jobs, and during a week it will be more than 100 photos. So he asked us to attach the photos at the weekly job that we give to him. At the weekly file we have to hand over to the chief engineer on a Saturday night or Sunday morning, and in that file, which is a Word document, we will attach the photos over there. So it depends on the chief engineer, on the management on board, if he wants you to use this software fully or just a little bit for the company to be happy. Because I said at the beginning, this software is licensed based on a monthly fee, and it is expensive. And of course, if they have installed it on board a vessel, they want you to use it, and it's helpful. If there is no emergency on board, I told you, you can check every morning after the toolbox meeting with everybody. You can check there depending on your rank. You log in the software and you see what has to be done, like a routine job. For me as an electrician, every 10,000 hours I have to change bearings for the motors, or every 4,000 hours I have to replace the magnetron for the radars, and jobs like that, you know. But after a while you gain the necessary experience and you don't need to check this software anymore, only if you are changing company and they have some specific job. I don't think I have mentioned already, you do not need internet to use this software. It is installed on the computers on board the vessel, in the ECR and in the CCR and on the bridge. The only connection that it needs is the server one, which is in the captain's cabin, and that one is because the captain needs to send a report of the jobs that have been completed on board on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis, depends on the company. In my company they request it every week and then at the end of the month, but I have been in companies that only want it at the end of the month, so it's up to them. We mostly do our jobs whenever something comes up, like an emergency, but if we need to complete something on the program, then we have no issue with that. We have routine jobs, like every month you have to do the blackout test for the emergency generator, and for me as an electrician, every week I have to check the communication batteries and the lifeboat and the bilge alarms and the fire alarm and so on. So you will write all your reports in this software and you will send it to the chief engineer or the captain, and then they will send it to the office and you will see whatever jobs they will update in the software in the following week or the next month and so on. And now I want to show you the software itself, how it looks like and how to operate it. So this is the software. Like I said, you will receive a username and a password if you are an officer. As a rating, you have nothing to do with this software. So as an officer, you will receive your password. After you log in, you select your rank. You can check other ranks also if you are curious, but don't mess up the system. So you check the jobs that are required for your rank, and I like to arrange this by date, and I usually check it from Monday to Sunday, because we work every day is Monday on board, and I want to check from Monday to Sunday because Sunday I have to give the weekly report to the chief engineer, and I want to know exactly from Friday what jobs there are to be completed until Sunday. so you know what I mean. And this way I arrange it by date, and I will plan myself. I have a notebook that I keep in my front pocket in my overall, and I will check the date, I will check what jobs need to be done, and so on. Usually there are some bearings that need to be replaced. If some motor has 9,800 running hours and I have to replace that bearing at 10,000 hours, if I see it on a Monday, of course I will make the necessary time to replace it during the week. I will not wait for that motor to arrive at 10,000 hours and things like that. You have to be organized. This is a good practice, and if you are organized, you will see that things will be easier. And also in life, when you are organized, you have a schedule, you know exactly where to go, what to do, and this is the best way to use your time. And when you are on board, you have nothing but time, especially on ships that don't have internet. Hey, thank you very much for your attention. I hope that you have enjoyed the vlog. Don't forget to hit that like button. It's free and it's just an excitement for me to make more interesting vlogs for you. That is all that I'm asking. If you want to share this to your friends, maybe you have some future Marines in your life, or maybe you just want to show the other people how we are handling ourselves here in the middle of the ocean. I will keep posting interesting stuff about the Seaman life, about the machinery that we have on board. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, you will see all this as soon as I post them. Every Saturday will be a vlog for you. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope to see you next time on my channel. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.